Hello, Jesse Good here. Today I'm taking a look at the LEGO Harry Potter 2020 Attack on the Burrow set. This has 1,047 pieces, 8 minifigures, and retails for $100 in the United States where it's a retail exclusive. Not sure to which retailer, but I did see it at Target, so let's take a look at those minifigures. This set has a fantastic minifigure selection. We'll be starting out with the villains with Bellatrix Lestrange. Now, Bellatrix was introduced in the original LEGO Burrow set from 2010, and that was the only way to get her until this set and the CMF series of this year. Isn't that crazy? This uses the same hairpiece, which was made just for her on that figure up top. We did get that in Nexonites in like a different color, but I was always amazed at the material they use. It's a different plastic than the rest of the minifigure, I guess. I don't know. In the comments, you guys might know more about that. Please let me know more information. If you look, she has an alternate facial expression as well as some back torso printing. The face is actually one of my least favorite parts of this figure, where it just doesn't really look like Bellatrix compared to the original one. The original one had a specific print just for her. This is a print that they've been using for other minifigures since 2017. I don't know why they stepped down in that regard. Thankfully, the one in the CMFs does have a unique face print. I mean, come on, put those two side by side and you could just see how different those face prints are. So you could just swap it out. That looks fantastic. Next minifigure is Fenrir Greyback, another minifigure that was introduced with the original Burrow set, but he also appeared in the Diagon Alley. This one's very similar in appearance as it is based off of the same scene. I do notice some differences though, like that hairpiece is the same piece, but we get it here in black this time around instead of a dark brown. And honestly, I think the black fits a little bit better. But with this being the only way to get Fenrir in the modern LEGO Harry Potter line, the face print, as well as that torso printing, is exclusive to this set. The leg printing is this one that they reuse for a lot of different licensed figures, but it always seems to fit. For the good guys, we'll start with Tonks, because this is our first time ever getting Tonks as a LEGO minifigure. She doesn't even come in the CMF series for Series 2, so this is a fantastic figure to get. This face print is new and exclusive to Tonks, as well as the torso printing. It would have been cool to get her different colored hairs, but I get it. That's something probably for a CMF Series 3. You can see her alternate face has an angry look, and there's some more back torso printing. The Harry Potter minifigure of this set is a pretty common combination that we've gone throughout these sets, though I guess the hairpiece switches it up just a bit. Nothing rare here in terms of printing or pieces. Front face print introduced back in 2019. Alternate facial expression. You can see it looks a bit angry. Understandably, we get a bunch of Weasleys in this set with Ron Weasley. This design is actually pretty rare but not exclusive. The torso print only appeared in the Hagrid's Hut Ron Weasley. You can see the front face printing is that same print from that set and last year as well. But you can look at the alternate expression. He looks a bit grumpy. For Ginny Weasley, she's exclusive because of her torso print, which is a really nice, I guess, sleeping gown. Face print is the one they use for Claire from Jurassic World, I think, starting with the second movie. Alternate facial expression looks pretty scared, and you can see some back torso printing as well. For Molly Weasley, we have a new torso print and a very hard-to-find face print. It came with one of those 4 minifigures for the UCS Hogwarts Castle, the mini-scale one. Also, alternate facial expression, which gives a pretty unique look. Back torso printing. Nice to get this dress piece in that coloring. I do think that came in bricks and pieces or build a minifigure before. Also, this hair piece in that coloring is really cool to get. I thought they were going to use that for Yule Ball Ron, if you remember, but they ended up using it for his mom. All right. And finally, we have Arthur Weasley, who provides a new torso and face print. Both are really cool in their design. I especially like the torso print. We have an alternate facial expression, which you can see looks pretty angry, as well as some more fantastic printing at the back of the torso. Also, we get 3 animals, which are all great inclusions, from the 2010 owl to the 2020 Hedwig and that pig introduced in the Pirates Bay from 2020. Either way, for the build of the set, we have the burrow and then this side flame area. For the build of the burrow, from a design perspective, this is really interesting. They capture this crooked look for one of the top floors by having this positioning with certain pieces, these hinge connection pieces or whatever. And that connection there actually works pretty smooth, where there's another set of connections at the front here. There's also 2 different ways to open up the set. The dining area has a 1x2 hinge connection, as I call it, with these bricks back here. But the same connection can be found on the right side, though this time they have a little lock to lock it in place, which is just a modified 1x1 brick with the stud at the side. And that locks into place with this part right here. Pretty ingenious, but I kind of wish they had that in place with the dining area, because so many times I'm moving this around, the dining area just slides open. Not a big deal whatsoever, but again, it's just kind of weird that it's only on one side that they have this lock feature. Either way, for the front of the Burrow, we have two sets of stickers that are actually really cool, especially like the window panel stickers. I think those look pretty darn cool. I also like the colors on the roof, which they use a whole bunch of these different roof brick pieces. It comes together to make some interesting and realistic looking shingles. This design does have some interesting archway builds for this door right here. I kind of like how they have this clipped triangle piece, the pole connection, also these clipped tile pieces with the plates. The right side is the farm area, which has some more stickered windows with some great designs on there. Some more of those stickered panel designs. This part right here is a 1x3 printed tile, and this is clipped on, so you could open up that little hatch. We have the pig's little pig pen and also a bucket to the right here. And to the back, there's not too much going on, where we just have a little play feature, but we'll go to that later. Another sticker on that window. And then this whole dining area, which is the left section, one looking from the front, has so much detail to it, and that kind of matches and rivals the original 2010 version. There's 4 waffles, 4 egg. Also, I love how they did this picture of orange juice. Very clever, with just a 1x1 colored little yellowish orange minifigure head, and then just a regular cup piece at the top. And the table looks really nice once you have minifigures seated there. It's unfortunate that Mama Weasley can't sit down. Also at the back, we have a build for this clock right here, which also doubles as a reference to another item inside the Weasley Burrow. This design is actually keeping track of the Weasley family. And that's a nice sticker design. To the left, there's another nice sticker. And that's above this whole kitchen area, which has some spices, it seems like, and a bottle. A sink, which it's nice to get this sink head in a gold coloring. Also a teapot right to the left, and to the right of this whole dining area, we have 2 potted plants. Moving back to that first floor interior, it is kind of hard to get a look inside here, but you can see there's a bookshelf behind that clock. Also more printing at the bottom of the clock. A couch to the left. Very hard to see, but we have a unicorn drawing to the left as well as a phoenix to the right. I like those 2 stickered pieces. And that door is all the way to the right there. And you can get a better look at that other section through this opening here. That's the entryway from the door. To the right, there's another bookshelf. Also some logs for the fireplace, which is the play feature. We'll get to that in a second. You can also see there's a letter as well. This side has some candles, a lantern, a bottle, as well as a nice potted plant, and another couch, which I like the little pillow on there. Either way, let's activate that play feature. By twisting this gear at the back, the magic flue system can be accessed with the fireplace, where it switches those regular looking flames to translucent green flames. That's kind of awesome. Does kind of stink that even though this is the newer style panel that's 3 wide, you can't fit minifigures inside there. For the second floor, or in Europe it would actually be the first floor, we have Ginny's room. Also the build for keeping this slanted look to the floors. The mirror in the room isn't reflective, which is kind of weird. We also have a hairbrush as well as a broom. Sticker on a 2x4 on the bed there, as well as a sticker on a 2x3 with the Weird Sisters poster. Really fun with capturing that band in Lego form. And with how that slant is built, the third floor is actually really easy to remove. And you can see there's just a couple of studs it attaches to. And the third floor has the Weasley's parents' room. I love the build for the bed to the right, which has a lot of different colors coming together. And then to the left, I love that photo frame sticker, as well as all the knitting builds. I'm not too into knitting, but that just looks really cool, and there's some nice part usage with the wands there. As for the last 3 rooms, floors, top floor, whatever you want to call it, we have Ron's room right here, which has a nice sticker on there, as well as a sticker for the poster at the back, both corresponding with the Quidditch team. Then to the left, we have a balcony. This doesn't have too much to it, but I like that this actually has a balcony. That's just a cool thing to have in a Lego set. Also a broom to the right. And then the top, we have a little area where you can put the owls. At the very top, we have some chimney. Not too much else going on there. And as for the other side of the top floor, we do have some nice panels with the 1x3 tiles appearing once again. Also for the balcony, I like how they have this little roof using these clipped 2x3s. Not too much else to show here, but a continuation of that great roof design as well. But that is it for the build of the Burrow, but there's one last build for this set. The flame side build is one thing that the original did better, where the original had a whole small field on fire. This is just a 2x12 on fire, I don't know. But it is nice to get the new flame piece, as in like this flame piece with the new colors. Those only come in Monkey Kid sets. But that's it for the builds of the set. Let's take a look at the packaging and then the final verdict. The box, I think, is a $70 square box, but I'm not entirely sure. And the back shows some different shots of the set and the so-called play features. And the instructions are basically a magazine. Going to the end, even thicker than a magazine, I would say, but they do have an advertisement, which includes the non-retail exclusive sets for this year. So overall, what's with LEGO and amazing Harry Potter residential sets this year? Because wow, this and Privet Drive just rock my socks off. This set is fantastic. For the value, I was a little bit put off. I was like $100 Burrow, but they went all out. They expanded upon that original version and made this one more accurate, having a fantastic minifigure selection as well. I also love the techniques they use here with how they have that crooked look of the house and how it's so cramped. It matches the look inside the movie in that regard. One flaw would be that the dining area doesn't have a part to lock in, but that's not a big deal. And another flaw would be something that the original did better, which is that side flame build. I just think that the small field of the original was a more interesting and substantial build, but being a side build to something more recognizable or whatever, it's not a big deal whatsoever. With all things considered, I'd rate this set an A. I highly recommend it to most LEGO fans. One of the best deals on the market and one of my favorite sets that you can buy right now. Well, let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.